near normal adult lives if their disabilities are properly managed. The earlier treatment begins, the better chance children have of overcoming developmental disabilities. She also notes that it is important for parents or caregivers to understand what spasticity is.
Once the parents, once our family, once our caregivers understand what spasticity is, then we can manage it accordingly. And what that means is prevention. Prevention of deformity. A lot of times with the spasticity, you tend to have stiffness, which may hold the limb or the fingers or the legs in a particular way or angle. And what our caregivers need to be able to do is to range of motion, and that's fundamental.
Doctors say treatment may also include physical and occupational therapy, speech therapy, drugs to control seizures, relax muscle spasms, and alleviate pain, surgery to correct anatomical abnormalities or release tight muscles, braces and other orthotic devices, wheelchairs and rolling walkers, and communication aids such as computers with attached voice synthesizers. Recently, a 5-member team of medical doctors from the Gillette Children's Hospital in Minnesota, USA, were in the island to conduct a clinical spasticity workshop targeted specifically at children with cerebral palsy. The workshop was held in collaboration with the Ministry of Health, the University of the West Indies, Bustamante Children's Hospital, and the Sir John Golding Rehabilitation Center. Approximately 16 children benefited from 2 clinics that were held by the team, at the Physical Medicine and Rehabilitation Clinic at the University Hospital of the West Indies and the Orthopedics Clinic at Bustamante Children's Hospital.
What we're doing, we're injecting a medication called phenol into those muscles, which reduces those muscle spasms and reduces the spasticity. It makes it easier for the child to sit, to walk, to be cared for. It makes them more comfortable, and so that's what we're trying to accomplish. The phenol will decrease the spasms within the first day after the injection. But it's not just the phenol that you need to do. After the spasms are gone, you need to stretch out the muscle, and so there's a lot of therapy that needs to be done afterwards to take advantage of the phenol blocks.
Besides injection, the children had bracing evaluation. The braces will be made in collaboration with the Sir John Golding Rehabilitation Center. One child also benefited from a dorsal rhizotomy spine surgery. Dr. Paula Dawson, who was the local organizer for the workshop, says she is grateful for the initiative, which followed another one in February. Under normal circumstances, it would cost parents between $100,000 and $200,000 to acquire a brace for their child.
Thank you for being such a good sport, buddy.
Mrs. Gloris Walker, whose son was one of the beneficiaries, is especially grateful for the assistance.
I think it's a great effort in helping children with cerebral palsy because from what I have heard, most persons have to be traveling overseas, so now that they're here in Jamaica, I think it's a really good effort.
Cerebral palsy does not have to halt your child's development and potential. Look out for the signs and seek medical attention immediately if your child presents with the symptoms. For further information on cerebral palsy, please contact your doctor. You can also get valuable information from any government health institution close to you. Recession. It was the buzzword of the last decade. Escalating gas prices, rising food costs, and everything that went wrong seemed to be as a result of the recession. Up next, host Ian Boyne and motivational speaker Kay Barrington Thomas discuss strategies for coping through the recession period.
Ken, welcome to Issues and Answers.
Thank you very much, Mr. Boyne.
Many people are apprehensive about the the year. They're concerned about what the year holds for them, concerned about the economic downturn in Jamaica, about the worldwide recession. What is your word to those persons?
It's a simple word, actually. The deal is you speak a right language and you create your own universe. That's how you deal with these times. It really doesn't matter
like
to me.
Eerie sort of stuff.
I know.
Do these things work, Ken?
It's not a matter if these things work, it's what the Word of God says. The whole universe, everything that is created was created by the spoken word. The word is everything. And your word is your life or your word is your death. There is nothing airy-fairy about it. It's the best time to start business. It's the best time to get into business. It's the time to restructure your family life. It's the best time to get into personal development because you shut off the outside negatives. There's never been a better time in history than now.
So that we should not be stalled by the difficulties, by the problems, by the seemingly limiting circumstances.
Let me ask you a quick question, Chief. Is the new tax regime a reality or is it not? Is it a reality?
That's right.
Right. You're worrying about it.
You know what I'm talking about?
It?
Yeah.
That's my point. But talking about it and griping and, negative stuff, it doesn't help. It's there. It's a reality. You got to deal with it.
We still have to pay the new taxes.
That's the whole point. So if previously you lived comfortably on 100,000 Jamaican dollars a month, you just do the math. It's simple sums. What figure do you now need to live comfortably? And your efforts, rather than spending on griping and joining the bunch of negatives about it, is spent on increasing your income so that you can live reasonably comfortable within the confines of the taxation system.
All right. But when I think, Ken, about the real limitations, the fact that jobs are not easy to come by, that employment creation is not as dynamic, how do I not be depressed? Let's be real now.
I flew into your country. You want me to get real? I'll be real. I love this place with a hopeless passion. As you know, Jamaica is like home, and I'm here all the time. I flew into this country on New Year's Day, and the following day I was at Digicel on Knotsford Boulevard, getting my phone sorted out, internet and all that. And I stood there and marveled as the hundreds of people came in. Give me $1,000. Give me $700. And it went, I stood there for hours. Literally, I'm a social scientist. I just kept observing the film. I said, there's no recession here. There couldn't be. It's not possible. Shaggy concert, how many were there? But 30,000?
Sold out.
Oh, how much? Thank you very much. Super Platinum, 300 US persons.
Sir.
Where is the recession? What's the issue?
People are still spending.
Well, I saw it with my own eyes. It's crazy. The reality is, it's about a reconditioning. How do I adjust?
Yes.
So maybe one less concert, maybe 5 less beers, maybe chat less foolishness on my phone, so I don't have to put the money on that, and rather it could be in school books. So, but blaming government and complaining about times and issues,
waste of time.
Waste of time. Completely, you can do nothing about it. Let the government, and let people get on with being positive and proactive. Jamaicans got to work harder. You got to pull together. You got to become more. We like to use the word conscious, but really conscious about your own existence and where you're going. More long-term goals, definitely having some goals, but living for the time to move forward step by step. It's really a time of a coming together. I marveled yesterday. There was an article in the papers. Well, I suppose it's sometime last week. It was an old newspaper. Remember the time when Butch Stewart caused the whole nation to rally around the salvation of the dollar?
Yes.
Remember how Jamaicans responded phenomenally?
Yes.
Until even the negatives and the naysayers and the town criers all jumped on the bandwagon. Him and the guy, James Spellback, was called?
Lakim Samaj.
Right.
Yes.
That whole rally. Phenomenal moment in time. Jamaica just needs another that. Whatever caused that. Yeah, another that. 2010 must be a year when the people rally. Let the criers cry. You can't do much about that. But as a people, from Jungle to Trelawney to Maypen to St. Thomas, you've got to just rise up and move forward.
What are some of the key things that we as Jamaicans need to do this year in order to better our lives, to better our thinking?
Whole penny, but I can give you 3 quick ones. There's got to be an inward focus on personal development and family life. I'll say it 1,000,000 times. Parents have just got to go back to loving their children and raising them right. Everybody's talking. The education system is failing. Big deal. So what? You can make sure that they learn to read at home, and you can spend quality time with them, and you can check their books. Our parents didn't go to high school back in those days. But they made sure they checked to see what was tick and what was X.
Yes.
And you